Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from whatever time zone you may be in. This is Off the Grid Podcast with Danny and Jared.
That's the truth.
And in this episode, which is episode 48,
Yes.
we're going to be talking about something a little bit interesting today. It's an interesting look at a topic that, many people have decided this has happened, but
maybe
there could be
somewhere else.
It could have happened somewhere else, and there could be an alternate ending to
like a movie.
Just like a choose your own adventure novel or something.
Yes.
But this topic we're talking about today is the times that Hitler escaped death.
Yes.
And there's a total of 7 times from what we can
gather.
From what we can gather, there's 7 times that Hitler has actually escaped it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well, because our channel is growing.
Yes.
And we need new people to join, and we need to fight against the radical left.
But again, guys, before we start, I know we said it previously today, but we also want to say thank you. Again, just a quick thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for the support on our channel. I mean, it's been crazy on our channel lately, so I very much appreciate all the support, and I hope you guys continue supporting our channel.
Yes.
And ways you could do that is you could subscribe to our channel. That's the best way to actually support. The next best way is to donate if you wish, and it's not required, but it's very much appreciated and will help our channel grow in more ways than one, because we can actually get better equipment that we can use to better our streams that we put out. And so without further ado, let's started.
Jump into this. Yes. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. So we're not talking about any specific World War II battles, but what we are going to talk about is the 7 times that Hitler escaped.
This is gonna blow my mind, because it's like,
it certainly blew my mind, because I didn't when we were doing the research for this, I didn't know that Hitler escaped death that many times.
7, like,
you thought like, oh, Hitler's safe because he's like their president basically.
Yeah,
so
chancellor, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, like if you're looking at the U.S., like the president is well guarded. Very you can't get close to him without security always there. And so you'd think that maybe Hitler would have been safe, but there was times where Hitler could have died even before he became chancellor.
Yeah.
So our article today is from militaryhistorynow.com.
Yes.
So their article is titled "Lucky Bastard." Let me just pull this up.
Yeah,
for you
this
guys.
is awesome. This is awesome, guys.
Yeah, so
this is awesome.
The title is "Lucky Bastard: 7 times Adolf Hitler cheated death."
Oh man!
So this came out in 2017. So this was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Or so.
Oh gosh.
And so the first way that Hitler supposedly escaped death was that Hitler could have been killed during World War I.
Now, guys, I'm sure all of you, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, in all these instances, we wish he would have died.
Right. I don't know how you can justify, like, oh, well, he should have lived. That would have changed history. Okay, yada, 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 whatever. But, like, he's a bad man. Like, why would you want him to live?
He's a bastard.
Yeah.
Like the article says.
Hence the article title. But yeah, he was a very bad man. I don't know how you could justify him living.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been nice. I
don't use that word often.
I know it. Yeah, it's like, when do I ever use that word or that sentence?
Yeah.
I wish he would have died during World War I. That's a bold statement, but
in the worst way possible.
He's a very bad man.
Must have gas.
So the first one,
oh man,
like we said, is during World War I. So it's about this guy who couldn't pull the trigger to kill Hitler.
What an a-hole. Oh wait,
I don't know if you wanted to pull up the article too on your phone just in case.
Yeah, just to have it out.
But yeah, so
Oh, man.
So the guy is Private Henry Tandy, and he's a British soldier serving the 5th Duke of Wellington Regiment near the French village of Marcoing. Reportedly spied a wounded German soldier hobbling across the battlefield but decided not to fire. The native of Warwickshire and Victoria Cross winner reported that as enemy troops were retreating, a wounded German entered the young rifleman's line of fire. Quote, I took aim but couldn't shoot a wounded man, Tandy remembered, so I let him go.
End quote. Yeah.
So...
Oh, man.
Now, I don't know if he's 100% sure that it was Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's 100% concrete fact, but they believe it was, because they said the injured soldier nodded in thanks and disappeared. Some have speculated that the German in question was, in fact, Adolf Hitler. And so here's the interesting part. Tandy, who had fought in the Western Front since 1914, once appeared in a newspaper photograph carrying a wounded comrade at Ypres. The dramatic photograph was later immortalized on canvas by the Italian artist Fortunio Mantegna. Pardon if I screwed that name up.
Butchered it.
Yeah, the painting, which became famous, was a favorite of Hitler's, who believed that the British soldier portrayed in the image was that of a soldier who spared his life in France.
Dang.
So it might be true, because if Hitler was saying that, then maybe there is truth to it. But it could have been someone else.
Yeah.
When British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain visited Germany in 1938 to engage Hitler in a last-ditch effort to avoid war, he joined the Fuhrer at his country retreat in Bavaria. There, the German Chancellor showed the Chamberlain his copy of the Mantegna painting, commenting, quote, that's the man who nearly shot me, end quote, on returning to England. Chamberlain contacted Tandy and recounted his conversation with Hitler. The authenticity of the 1918 encounter remains in dispute, but Tandy would later tell a journalist, quote, if only I had known what he would turn out to be, when I saw all the people and women and children he had killed, I was sorry to God I let him go, end quote.
Oh, man.
Like, imagine that, like,
The regret.
The regret that this man faced, like, I'm sure that, you know, as he was on the other side, so he had all the right to kill this
Blast
man.
him in the head, yeah.
But he showed grace and let this man go because his morals told him not to. Now I know that we're faced day-to-day life with different moral decisions that we have to make.
Oh yeah.
You know, like what's right and what's wrong, and you know, how do we do this or do we do that? And each of those decisions, we look back like a year later and be like, crap.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, like I should have went the other way, because then if I went this way, I would have, you know, I would have been like a millionaire or something. You know, I was this close.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I mean, there was, I told Aiden earlier today, before we even started looking into this podcast, at the store that I work at, there was a gentleman that bought a $5 scratch-off ticket from the Ohio Lottery vending machine, and that ticket was a $300,000 winner.
Holy crap.
That man was in disbelief at the register when he scanned it. Because, I mean, it was making, like, all sorts of noises, like victory, you know, like, different celebratory noises.
Did he, like...
I mean, what
happened? What was his reaction?
I wasn't there exactly, but from what I understand, he was in disbelief that even...
I'd be
happened.
too.
I mean, and then
look
at that.
How
I mean,
lucky.
Look, you can buy a lot of different things. You can put down payment on a house, or I mean, like, say if the guy was in dire need of money, I mean, that helped the man. But what I was getting to the point is that the lady that worked at the store, she said that she was buying the exact same ticket. She bought like 3 other tickets before him and didn't win. But if she would have kept putting money into it, she would have won the $300,000.
No. That's a real chance, dude.
I know, but like...
No.
I know, but then...
You're basically putting your money in a paper shredder. If you play the lottery. I mean, that's how it's been explained to me. I mean...
Right, but it kind of goes the same way, if you think about it, because this man, in this depiction, he could have killed Hitler there.
Yeah.
He didn't know that this man would turn out the way that he did. He was not a time traveler. There was no way he would have known that.
For the Furious podcast.
Yeah. But like it just, you know, there's a similarity there between like, oh, you know, you could spend so much money and try to win $300,000, but you don't know for a fact that there will be $300.
You're more likely to die in a way to get the winning ticket than to get the winning ticket. That's statistically proven.
Right. And this man beat the odds.
Yeah, somehow.
It was out of pure luck. There was no way that this man could have...
Thank you for acknowledging that, at least. Like,
yeah, well, I'm not saying that, like, obviously, because I'll get scratch-offs every once in a while, and then I'll be like, crap, I lost again.
I've never invested in a single lotto ticket once, or anything like that.
No?
Never.
It's fun to do it every once in a while.
Wait, I might do it once, yeah.
You know, I mean, who knows? I mean, I won, like, $47 one time on one ticket, and I got, like, really excited. I was like, I'm going to take my girlfriend out to dinner, you know? I use that money for that, but...
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, some people just put the money right back into the lottery, which, you know... Yeah, so that man there had a chance to kill Hitler, but he did not.
Number 2, right?
Obviously. Number 2, Hitler was almost killed by a mob.
Probably a riot.
Which, you know, there was a lot of, like, civil unrest in Germany.
Right after
during
World
the
War
time.
I, yeah.
Yeah, that's what basically led up to, in a nutshell, it led up to World War II, because the Germans felt like they were, you know, like... left defenseless. They were. So just so you know, pride was gone.
This is a year after World War One. Just so you know.
Yeah.
This is a year.
So. Let's see. So apparently, this guy by the name of Michael Koeg of County Carlos surely regretted an accident in the spring of 1919 in which he actually saved Hitler from being ripped apart by an angry mob. Although an ardent Irish nationalist, Koeg nevertheless enlisted in the British Army a year before the First World War. After being captured by the Germans while fighting in France, he joined the Kaiser's Irish Brigade and then later enlisted in the German army in hopes of helping to defeat England, thus freeing Ireland. He eventually rose to the rank...
Hey, the Irish pride.
Woo! It's almost St. Patty's Day.
That's soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait.
Wednesday, I think. As of this recording.
I'm gonna go into Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, ignore that statement.
That was weird. Woo! Excuse me. He eventually rose to the rank of field lieutenant and served in a regiment with a then obscure Lance Corporal by the name of Adolf Hitler. So what's the... Do you know the ranking? Like, do you know what the ranking is? Like, what the... What's corporal in a army? What position would that be? Like,
how some sort of leadership position.
Huh?
Some sort of leadership position.
Well, I understand that. That wasn't the question. I was wondering, like, how high up was he? That's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure what corporal is.
So, corporal is a military rank and used of some form by many militaries within NATO. In the United States Army, the rank of corporal is considered a lateral promotion from E4 specialist, and usually occurs when the soldier has been selected by a promotion board to become an E5 sergeant, and is subbed in an E5 billet such as a fire team leader on a rifle squad. My sister's boyfriend's in the army, so I'll ask him.
Yeah, maybe he would know.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the war, Koeg joined the Freikorps.
The Freikorps!
The
Free Corps.
Free Corps.
No, Freikorps.
Freikorps?
Not Freikorps.
I don't know what that. I don't speak German.
Yeah.
An early fascist organization committed to the eradication of communism.
Antifa?
Antifa?
Oh wait, no, an early fascist. Never mind, they'd be against them.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
That's a different organization.
While serving
as a duty officer at he said duty. While serving as a duty officer at a Munich barracks, he was called to quell a riot that had erupted in a local gymnasium, of all places. When he got there, a crowd of some 200 soldiers were beating two men to a pulp. Some of the attackers held bayonets, and it seemed to Koch that the two victims were about to be killed. He ordered his men to fire a volley over the heads of the mob. The crowd dispersed, and Koch managed to drag the two cut and bleeding victims to safety.
Yeah.
Quote, the fellow with the mustache gave his name as Adolf Hitler.
Jeez.
Quote, recalled Koch. Quote, it was the Lance Corporal of Ligny. I would not have recognized him. End quote. Later in life, the Irishman wondered how things might have turned out differently that day. Quote, if we'd been a few minutes later, or Hitler had got a few more kicks to his old wounds, or he'd been shot, what would have happened if we haven't intervened and he died? End quote.
Dang.
So that's a tough thing to bear right there, because just, anytime that you can prevent something disastrous like that from happening, knowing that you could have killed Hitler, it's just
another one. That's just
So you want to read the next one?
If I was this one, I would have been speeding faster. So a neo-fatal fender bender. So
which is number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otto Wagner, this guy's name is. A major general and one-time economic advisor to Hitler, wrote in his book, Hitler, Memoirs of a Confidant, that the future dictator of Germany was almost killed in a car accident on March 13th, 1930. Wagner was a passenger in Hitler's Mercedes at the time. A heavy trailer truck collided with the vehicle, but the driver hit the brake quickly enough to avoid crushing the car. The insurance claim, which was signed by Hitler, actually, sold on eBay in 2000. Wow. Whoa.
It was signed in 2000 by Hitler.
No, it was sold on...
No, I'm kidding.
Did I say that?
No, I'm just...
Okay, you made me...
No, I'm just... I was just... The wording was funny.
If that truck driver had braked 1 second later, well, who knows?
Right.
So, Joe, what do you think about that one?
If I was
a truck driver, I would have been sped up full speed ahead, man.
If only you knew, though, that he was going to kill as many people as he did.
Dude, idea for a movie.
What?
To make. Hollywood, get this down right now.
What is it?
A sci-fi movie.
Okay.
Like an alternate reality where Hitler gets killed by this car accident. And everything that changes, we see what happens.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Almost like a documentary kind of style?
No, but a new evil leader comes. Like Stalin takes Hitler's place or something like that instead. Something like that. Getting bombed at a beer hall of all places. So
he's just people are trying to kill him day in and day out, understandably.
Yes. One of the Nazi Party's oldest traditions was to hold an annual meeting at the Burgerburg Keller in Munich to celebrate the anniversary of the famous beer hall Patouche. Patouche. Clutch, I think it's called, but I said Patouche.
Patouche?
Of November 8th, 1923. Georg Elzer, a German-born communist sympathizer, saw the yearly event as an opportunity to try to assassinate Hitler. Armed with a time bomb, the 36-year-old traveled to Munich in 1939 and managed to stay inside the famous tavern after closing hours each night for over a month, during which time he hollowed out the pillow behind the speaker's rostrum. The evening before Hitler was slated to address the party faithful, Elsa planted his bomb and timed it to go off just as the Fuhrer was to be at the podium. A last-minute change in the travel plans had the German Chancellor speaking to the crowd a full 30 minutes earlier than expected.
That's unfortunate.
What? Damn it. The bomb, which exploded after he had left, killed 8 and wounded 60. Elsa was later detained, attempting to cross into Switzerland. The contents of his knapsack, which included a postcard of the beer cellar, aroused suspicion. He initially denied any involvement in the bomb plot, but eventually confessed after several witnesses identified him as being a frequent visitor to the cellar. He was finally murdered in Dachau concentration camp on April 9th, 1945, just weeks before the end of the war in Europe.
Dachau.
No,
I know.
It's Dachau.
I know, I'm just playing.
So what do you think about that? He got what he deserved. He managed to kill Hitler. That's kind of ironic. He managed to kill Hitler when he's placed in one of his camps. Oh, man. What a irony. What a twist of fate for him.
Yeah, that's messed up. Excuse me. But yeah, these cases, like, were so close to killing Hitler. It's
insane.
Some of them were accident. Well, at least one of them was. The car accident, you know, like...
We need a sound effect.
Yeah.
I keep saying that.
But, yeah, it's like... The other ones, like, they were a choice. What the heck? What in the world are you doing? Get in your own area.
Is that coffee?
It is.
Coffee.
So, number 4, I believe.
There's
another bombing.
The title of this one, Hitler's almost blown up again.
Is that what the name of it was? Did I have that down as? Yeah, it was almost blown up again. Yeah.
This time I'm eating too much food.
So this is number 5.
Alright, Joe. Name it off, buddy. Tell me.
Tell us. On the 20th of July, 1944... Psych, I lied. Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg entered Hitler's Wolf's Lair field headquarters and placed a briefcase containing a bomb beneath the map table at which Hitler was standing. And I do remember seeing this on TV.
It was a documentary.
It was like a documentary or something, like explaining the attempted assassination. Like, this is the closest that they got.
Oh gosh.
This is the closest that they got to killing Hitler, like, assassination-wise. The 36-year-old officer then left the room. Unfortunately, a general who was present moved the case.
I love how they say unfortunately.
Yeah, you can tell that they're, like, wanting him dead, too. A general who was present moved the case behind one of the table's thick wooden supports. It must have been THICC
thick.
Because, boy, those wooden supports protected him. Because when the bomb did explode, the frame absorbed much of the blast.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's a thick wooden leg.
That's a thick ass leg.
It's like he's a pirate or something.
Oh, that's a wooden leg.
That's a thick ass wooden leg.
What are you doing?
Arr, matey. I have a thick ass leg. Arr, I have a thick ass leg. Arr, I have a thick ass leg.
Oh my
matey.
They got a little bit towards coffee there.
Yo, what they put in this coffee? I don't know.
Putin's weed brownies.
Putin's weed brownies.
Oh, I got that thick ass leg.
Well, when the bomb did explode, the frame absorbed much of the blast, and Hitler escaped with minor cuts and bruises.
Probably from that wooden leg.
Ew! Just like stabs him. The failure of both the assassination and the military coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
What in the world? Who comes up with this stuff?
Must be that wooden leg.
That's like what the Democrats would describe the one against the Capitol. The military coup d'etat.
Oh, that's great.
So it was planned to follow... Oh, wait. Let me read that again. The assassination and the military coup d'etat which was planned to follow it, led to the execution of almost 5,000 people, resulting in the destruction of the organized resistance movement in Germany.
Of almost 5,000 people.
Okay, that was read like it was funny, but it's not
5,000 people died. That's funny.
Yeah, it's not funny at all. So number 6.
I see you.
I see you. That's his profile picture on, like, if Hitler had a Twitter account, that would be his Twitter profile.
Oh, we'll post it up there on the screen for
like,
you guys.
he's just smiling out the window, you know.
Oh, God.
Anyways, did you want to read this one?
Hello, Hitler.
This one's a really cool one.
Reminds you of the Polar Express.
It's
when the kid,
this is a messed up Polar Express.
when the kid is like
older.
No, not that.
He's I'm so inspired by
the Polar Express. I'm gonna.
It's the train of death.
No. It's literally. That's to the camps.
Come on, get on the train of death.
Oh my God, no.
Okay,
anyway, no. But it reminds you of the scene.
Sorry.
And it reminds you of the scene when the nerd kid is like.
Oh no.
What?
Just the nerdy kid is.
Then when he says that they're gonna throw the girl underneath the wheel of the train.
Yeah.
When they said that they're gonna throw the girl off the train.
So that kid is.
He grew up to be him.
Wait, so he started out blonde, and then
he was interested in rockets. I mean, that explains why. They're not.
He's a nerd.
What was that noise?
I can't. Why does this happen every time we do a podcast? We can never get through one without laughing.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, why are we making jokes like this?
That's hilarious.
Okay, this one is funny.
Okay, so
no, not funny. This is not funny at all. This isn't funny. You read it.
I can't now that you fucked up.
No, that's not what I meant to say.
This one's funny.
What I meant to say.
Blind people on the train tracks is funny.
Look at the body flying out the back. It's so funny. The noise it makes cracks me up every time. It's like watching the zombies getting thrown under tracks. No, that'd be funny.
You see the body fly out the.
Okay, so anyways, this is what I was trying to say was that this is a cool like operation that Britain was trying to do.
I'm fucking done.
Talk. Come on.
Okay, so Britain's Special Operations Executive, son of an E, SOE, had extensive experience of derailing trains using explosives. Allied High Command hoped to kill the fuel in just such a mission. The plan was scuttled because Hitler's schedule was too irregular and unpredictable. Just like this podcast, apparently. Exactly. States is often only informed of his arrival a few minutes beforehand. Another plan was to put some tasteless but lethal poison in the drinking water supply on Hitler's train. However, this plan was considered too complicated because of the need for an inside man. It too was dropped. Just like Hitler's body out the back.
Yeah, it's funny watching it go through the back wheel. So there was, and that was the most interesting one.
Yeah, because
besides us laughing, it was real interesting because they were like really getting intricate, of trying to take out Hitler. Like they had like a whole secret plan in place that they were going to.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab him by the thighs, drag him out of the train, and throw his body out the back with me wooden leg. We're gonna kick him out the back with me wooden leg. Adolf in the crosshair.
So the last one that he avoided death with was a
certain leg. I'm just kidding.
Shortly after D-Day, British intelligence learned from a captured German soldier who had been part of Hitler's guard at the Berghof that the Fuhrer liked to take a 20-minute walk each morning at 10 a.m. What's more, the closely guarded dictator liked to be left alone during the stroll, leaving him unprotected and out of sight of sentry posts. That bit of info was all the SOE needed to plan an assassination. Apparently. Assassination is what I was trying to say.
Why are you going up?
Well, what I was going to look at was it's the same special operations executive thing that Britain was planning before.
Yeah.
So this must be, I'm assuming this is right after? Or after?
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Ew? That was weird. Anyways.
Zoom in on that one.
So the scheme, codenamed Operation Foxley, involved dropping a German-speaking Pole and a British sniper by parachute into the area surrounding the compound. Both would be wearing German army uniforms. The men would infiltrate the Berghof compound before moving to a wooded spot within effective rifle range of Hitler's route. The sniper practiced for the mission by firing at moving dummy targets with a standard German army rifle. An inside man from Salzburg, just 20 kilometers from the Berghof, was recruited to assist in the killing. The plan was submitted in November 1944, but the top brass soon reconsidered it. Many in the high command vetoed the assassination. By that point in the war, the Fuhrer's abysmal performance as a strategist was actually costing Germany the war. A more competent successor might emerge to forestall the Allied victory. So that's essentially it there. That was the article. But you know, it's irritating that these 7 different incidents, that whether they were actually true or not, you know,
it failed to kill him.
It would have been so nice if they could have taken him out, you know, before.
Damn it! You should have used that wooden leg. Beat his ass with it.
It was all that thick wooden leg that blocked the blast when he was in the map room. When he was planning out the attacks.
Should have cut off Mindy into a spear.
Dang.
Grandpa Biden?
That's like Kamala Harris like stabbing him. Oh, okay, that's bad. Anyways, so we also have one extra thing we wanted to discuss, and this is something that is right up our alleys.
So up your guys' alleys too.
Oh yeah, because if you're watching us, then you are into some conspiracy theory stuff. I know that I am. But we're going to talk about the Hitler conspiracy theory that I'm sure everyone has heard about in some form or another. Aiden, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so this, apparently from this article now, might be true, might not be true, but, so apparently the FBI had evidence that Hitler might have escaped the Red Army and fled to Argentina, which if you guys don't know, the Red Army was Russia?
Yeah.
Because you guys don't know?
Because I believe they were, because they were going after Hitler and like backing him up and
Yep.
Yeah.
So, a declassified, heavily redacted FBI field report contains information about Adolf Hitler's alleged escape to Argentina via submarine, which is noteworthy considering that Hitler was reported to have committed suicide in 1945 before the Red Army captured Berlin. Oh god, that's so fat guy. The caption under this picture.
You must be this tall to be oppressed.
The FBI report dated September 21st, 1945. I don't know why I said it like that. Tells the story of a man who aided 6 top Argentinian... Wow, I butchered that. Argentinian officials and landed Hitler onto Argentine soil via submarine.
Argentine?
Yeah, I know.
All
Really funny. Soil via submarine and hit him in the foothills of the Andes Mountains. Unfortunately, the report wasn't verifiable at the time because something important couldn't be located. That's not a teaser. The item or person in question is redacted. What? The document relates the story told to the FBI by a report of Los Angeles Examiner. Redacted. In July 1945, the reporter's friend Jack met with an individual from the Argentine government who wanted to relay a story, but only if he could be guaranteed he wouldn't be sent back to Argentina, which had just experienced a military coup. The informant claimed to be one of four men who met Hitler on an Argentine shore about 2 weeks after the fall of Berlin in 1945, where Hitler and his new wife Eva Braun ostensibly committed suicide. Soviet records claim Soviet records claim the bodies of Hitler and Braun were burned, and the remains buried and exhumed repeatedly, making verification difficult. Hitler supposedly came ashore with 50 or so others and went into hiding in the towns of San Antonio, Vadema, Neuquén, Muster, that's a name for a town, Carmena, and Lawson, staying with German families. The informant claimed to remember all 6 officials and the 3 other men with him on the shore the night the German fugitive arrived, suffering from asthma and ulcers. Hitler also shaved his signature mustache, revealing a distinct butt on his upper lip. A personal letter to J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI director, was also written by the informant, and mentioned specifically that Hitler lived in an underground residence in Argentina, 655 miles west of Florianopolis, 430 miles northwest of Buenos Aires. The former dictator lived with 2 body doubles in a secret area behind a photosensitive wall that slid back to reveal the bunker entrance. Hitler and his inner circle made use of a bank account provided by one Miss Eichhorn, who ran a large spa hotel in La Falda, Argentina, to the tune of 30,000 Weichmarks, just over $2 million in 2015. Eichhorn and her family made repeated visits to Nazi Germany, where they would stay with Hitler during their visits. The FBI even looked into world news publications, finding photos of famous Argentines, which leads to credibility to the idea that high-placed Argentinian officials might help Hitler enter Argentina, which you can see that photo there.
Yeah, if you look at the photo, it says, like, number 65 on the left side. If you look at that, you can kind of see that looks like Hitler, except without a mustache. And if that's the case, then that adds up. Because they were just saying that he shaved his mustache, I guess, right?
Yep. The informant was paid $15,000, almost $200,000 just for inflation, for his help. But he said the matter weighed on his mind too much just to let it go. So he approached the Americans. He told the reporter's friend to go to a hotel in San Antonio, Argentina, and meet up with a man who would help locate the location of Hitler's ranch, which is heavily guarded. The reporter was to put an ad on the local paper, then call Hamstay 8458. These are the days before our number dialing. Yeah. To let the man know to make proper arrangements. The informant was unable to shed any more light on the story for the reporter, and despite attempts to set up a further meeting, the reporter was unable to contact the informant directly. The FBI watched the diner where the reporter ate his meals to see if Jack or the informant ever appeared, to no avail. Though the informant also alleged Hitler may have entered the United States, no records were found with the Immigration and Naturalization Service, or INS, for the names of known aliases for Hitler, Jack, or the informant. The FBI deemed the story credible, but didn't have enough information to make a full investigation.
So that would be interesting if Hitler actually entered the U.S.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like there's any evidence to back that up.
Well, there's one more thing. This says that an FBI memorandum to Hoover remarked that the agent in charge of the investigation believed both Hitler and Braun survived the fall of Berlin. Both their bodies had not been found or identified at the time. He believed they both disappeared the day before the Russians entered Berlin. He believed Hitler's normal relationship with Switzerland, along with Hitler's lack of any other language, would make Switzerland, not Argentina, the ideal place for the two to escape.
So, so is that saying basically that they think that Hitler could have escaped without committing suicide?
Yep, absolutely.
So that whole thing of the history
So who
books...
killed himself then?
Huh?
So who killed himself if it wasn't Hitler? Maybe a double.
Yeah, it could have been a double. So, that's interesting.
Whoa.
That's mind-blowing. I might want to watch some. I'm sure that there's some documentaries out about, Hitler, and I know that there's things about Hitler, but like about some of the conspiracy theories regarding him, because, it's interesting that there could be an alternate ending to this, because you got to keep in mind that like we said at the beginning of the podcast, talking about how there's alternate histories, and it depends the way you look at history.
Yes.
Because it's basically the same way that you cover a news story.
Yeah, yes! The history is written by who? The victors.
Yeah.
Right?
It seems to be that way. Like, look at, so the United States probably wrote most of the history that we know today.
Yeah.
That we learn in school. Because the government gives the local schools and all that.
The syllabuses or whatever.
Yeah, they give, well, not necessarily, they make that up, but they give them the requirements that they must teach. And
the government does, mind you.
Right.
But you know how that goes well with us.
Right. Yeah. Like, we're not the biggest fans of
the government.
Of, lots of government involvement.
Laissez-faire, baby.
Laissez-faire, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going with that, but
I don't know what's going on, to be honest. It's been a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, what I was saying was that basically it depends on how you look at a story, because like, especially if you're looking at one news source that tends to be left leaning, you're going to get a different viewpoint from
Washington Compost.
Yeah, Washington Compost. You're going to get one viewpoint versus like, you look at Fox News or something, you're going to get
Daily Wire.
Or Daily Wire, you're going to get a different view.
There it is. I see it.
Yep. I did get the Leftist Tears tumbler, by the way.
Yes.
So very
I want
excited about
one.
that.
I want one so bad.
I'm very happy to take that to school with me to Kent State. And, walk around campus with that, and just be like.
So I get to do. What if you're banned from the school?
They're not gonna ban me. If I do, I'm gonna go online and.
All the reason to make a podcast, dude.
And I'm gonna get famous online.
Like we already are, yeah.
Well,
Wait, you mean through this, right?
No, I mean like through like if I make a video and explain like
Maybe
I've just been kicked out of the university for bringing a cup with me.
On this channel, I hope you'd make it, right?
Yeah, and then
I hope you make it with me.
Well, yeah, but I'd also record myself like, just like.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe I could record like actual like like school officials like talking to me or something. Like explaining why you're being kicked out.
Sure you can't have that cup.
Yeah, it's like, what? It's a cup. It's not saying like.
Why don't you piss
It's not saying die liberals.
Yeah. I mean, but that doesn't.
But it again, as the leftist is not a liberal. Leftists are the people that are more progressive.
Yes.
And they're the crazy ones like AOC. That's a leftist. So if you need something to gauge your political barometer, you'll look at it as AOC far left. So she's a leftist. So yeah, just remember
AOC's tears.
AOC's tears. Yeah. Oh man, they'd get in so much trouble.
Dude, we have to make it since we're making mugs.
No, they'll come after us for that.
No, they won't. They can't. We're a company. You can't shut us down.
Well, they will if we're targeting one person specifically. Anyways, yeah. So it just depends, like how you look at a story. That's kind of like at least how I see it with history.
I think both one is.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I think we might be coming out with mugs soon, but.
But anyways, finishing this up.
Yeah.
What we're talking about.
Man, this is a quick podcast tonight. Jeez.
Yeah, this is a easy podcast tonight. Wasn't. It was very very quick.
Informative
though. So we got to the point. Anyways, yeah. So.
And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. But we're planning on doing more history podcasts. So let us know what you guys think about this podcast specifically, and give us some recommendations of what you guys want to see.
So what were we thinking, Jared? What ideas were you tossing around for some?
Well, we were tossed around some ideas. Let us know what you think. But we were thinking about like doing, something regarding like maybe witchcraft and what were you
Salem
talking
witch
about?
trials.
Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
And maybe some like ninja related stuff.
Yeah, samurai stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think about that.
Or if you want more World War II stuff, let us know.
Yeah, because if this podcast does well, we might do another one.
Yeah. Whatever
if you guys
the analytics say, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the analytics say. If you guys like World War II, we'll keep doing it because there's plenty to talk about. So
yes.
Yep. So
why are we following the analytics again? Just so I know. We're following the analytics because I think that's the best way to.
Yeah, the analytics. We're just trying to follow that and see what you guys are wanting to watch and listen to because we don't want to keep coming out with content that you guys don't want to watch. If you guys aren't enjoying us bash Biden, which I absolutely love doing.
Yes.
But if you guys don't like us doing that, then, we'll go on to more history stuff if that's indeed what you guys want. But I'm perfectly okay.
It sounds like we're caving, though.
But no, we're just trying to give the audience, the fans, what they want.
Yes.
That's what channels on YouTube need to do.
Yes.
Some channels don't listen to their fans.
We try to the best of our ability.
And we try to. So, but yeah, please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Because I know there's a lot of you out there that haven't subscribed.
There's 40 of you now, though. So, OTG Army.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, please join our channel and hit that notification bell so then you'll be notified anytime we post a new podcast. But
a video, yeah.
Or just a video of us doing whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, also don't forget that we are accepting donations.
Yes,
so if you look in the description below, there's a link to you can donate on there if you'd like. Don't feel obligated. You don't have to. It's completely optional, but it will help our channel grow because we can get some new equipment. It'd be very much appreciated because we'd like to get like an actual soundboard and all that stuff like someday. That's
my
like
dream.
That's the dream, and like actually adjust the sliders and that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be my thing. No, that has to be my thing. That has to be my thing.
I'm gonna want to play with it too. So
I got you.
You're gonna have to share it.
Yes. Oh man.
Anyways,
yes.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. I think that's pretty much it, right?
I think so.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.